Do you want to hear my embarrassing first concert story, actually?
Yeah.
Was that the first time I ever went to a concert was to see Matt and Kim, which is, Brooklyn royalty.
Not embarrassing yet.
No, well, a little bit. But I was in high school, and I had just gotten my driver's license. So I drove to the train, and I was really nervous about being late and just driving in general, that I forgot to turn the car off, and I just left with my car running. With my car running in a Long Island Railroad parking lot.
And no one stole it?
No one stole it. And they somehow figured out whose car it was and contacted my parents. And my dad was like, not happy about it. And I think texted me like, yeah, you brought your keys with you to the city, right? And I was like, oh no, I've lost my keys.
That's such a shrewd way of reminding
This is what my dad likes to do. Like,
what a mastermind.
Whenever I would lose something, he would ask for it. So if I lost my phone and then like he found it, he'd be like, can I borrow your phone real quick? And then I just wouldn't have it. And I had to be like, oh, it's in my other pants.
God. Your dad should work for the government in some capacity.
Maybe he does. I don't know. He's left-handed.
That's,
he could be a serial killer of some kind.
That means he's sinister.
Yeah, it does.
When I was 17, I went to see a Metallica concert and then got high and locked the keys in the car. So
that's similar.
Probably the closest I've gotten.
Leaving the car running is crazy.
It's not as bad as leaving the car running.
The Long Island Railroad people,
crazy.
They thought that they had found a criminal's car or something. Right. You know what I mean? Because they're like, why is it running?
All right, we know not to check the Matt and Kim concert.
Yes.
They won't be in there.
Well, that was in Terminal 5 or whatever. So it was like, it was hours away.
What year was this?
2010, 2011 or something.
That was his first concert.
I didn't go to a concert as a child, I don't think.
You weren't allowed to hear music.
My parents gave me zero culture. Right. Everything I know outside of Star Wars, I had to find on my own.
You have kind of a science build going.
It's not good. It's really bad. You should show your children things that you like.
Yeah.
You have a weak projection of force.
Yeah.
If you don't mind me saying.
I don't know what you mean by that.
You put all your stats into science and learning science and your incredible inventions. And everything's about your next big invention. Look, hey, everyone, a big hand comes out of my hat. A hand comes out of my hat and grabs whatever I want.
What are you referencing? Where is this coming from? Civ? Is this Civ?
This is what you do. See my good friend Jeremy.
Yeah, sound familiar?
His incredible gadgets.
I would love to have a hat that has a hand to come out of it. That sounds amazing.
Folks, we're back on Quorators. Hey, girl. Quorators podcast. Back again, America's #1 Quora-based podcast. Ha ha!
Is that a hand coming out of your head, or are you just happy to see me?
It's a show for inventors and other geniuses.
Baby or otherwise.
Welcome back. We have Claire back in the studio this week. She's returned from having her baby, and I've returned from having my baby.
And we're in the studio, which is my apartment.
And we're in the studio, which is Jeremy's house.
It could be a studio apartment, but it's not. It's a 1-bedroom. When we did the bonus episode recently, I was making fun of Mr. Beast for living in a content house, and then someone in the comments was like, "Jeremy, you live in a content house."
Yeah, that's true.
And I was like, I guess I do. I live in a content 1-bedroom apartment.
That's where the Quorators go to record.
Content co-op.
Yeah, it's not great.
The issue with the hype houses is always that the roommates clash with each other. So the fact that we don't live here, I think, greatly helps.
Mr. Beast lives in a mansion where I think only he lives. It's just fitted to do content at all times.
Oh.
He has a best case scenario, but when 10 years ago when corporations are like, I'm going to steal a bunch of teens and make them do videos, they all had to be roommates with each other. These are the least socially programmed children in America, and they all had to share a bathroom. And I can only imagine the murders that happened therein.
Claire, didn't you do a stand-up house thing for a minute?
Yeah,
Claire's eyes got really big.
It's like, did you think I was in a hype house?
No, but it was.
You were in a hype house.
I live in a hype house.
Yeah, you're the hype house.
I told you not to mention the hype house.
No, we did shows in other people's houses.
Okay.
House shows.
House shows.
Punk.
I saw this on Vice.
Pretty based.
Pretty based.
Yeah, I like house shows. It's a great place for...
I do like house comedy shows.
If you go to a house comedy show, you always have the option of not paying attention and going back to the party, which I enjoy.
I used to host a comedy show in my friend's apartment that you did, Alex, and the fun part about it was that my friend would make pasta for all the comedians before the show.
I did this show?
Yes.
Where was it?
It was at my friend Ben's apartment. It was a video game show.
Oh, yes. I did that. Okay.
I mean,
do remember.
that's the only reason to do a house show is for someone to make you spaghetti.
Yeah.
It's
better, instead of a beer ticket, you just get a bowl of spaghetti.
Got a bowl of pasta. There's this comic, Brian Parisi, whose whole thing for his weekly show was he brought homemade pasta to the audience.
Wow.
And it worked. It was like a pretty successful weekly show.
That.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like people came for free pasta.
That's pretty cool.
The things people think they need to go spend $5 are outrageous, but I simply cannot talk about it anymore because this is a podcast where we go on Quora. And I've added too many segments where if I hang out in the beginning for too long, we don't do that because we got to do all the other stuff.
Can we zoom and enhance?
Yes.
I think my vision has gotten much worse since I've been here last.
As a mother, you'll have eyes in the back of your head.
I can't.
We've been telling everyone that you're on maternity leave.
Oh, cool. And I was only gone for 2 weeks.
Yeah, and you never got visibly
and I never
pregnant.
talked about it.
We didn't say you liked the baby.
I want to say, I know we have, speaking of segments, we haven't done last week on Quora in a long time, but I've been looking at our old Quoras, and we've been getting answers to stuff.
Really?
Okay.
Like last week, we asked someone if they were our AI. We said, are you AI or a real person? And we got a bunch of answers from people.
I know you tried to ask this to a specific guy, but I did notice Quora just put it up as a question.
But we got from Tara, Mortuary Mistress, who I think we follow or have seen before.
Erotic Embalmer sounds like someone we would follow.
Yeah.
I don't want my wife to know I have a mortuary mistress.
Well, she says AI girl Tara is a robot.
Tara? You don't want to find out if she's a robot?
Well, she studied at AI Girl Academy.
She's followed by I Am a Pizza and I Am a Hamburger.
Alex, I think we may have talked about her on a week that you were not here. But we've seen her. She's like a Quora character that
we're over her.
She's posting every 5 minutes. Maybe
Yeah.
she is AI.
Sorry, Tara. What have you done for me lately?
And then there's a comment here from Mark Johnson. I was born before calculators like TI 100, so I came from flesh and blood and pain and breastfeeding.
Damn!
So my theory is that I am 90% certain that I am not a robot. My dang toe hurts, and I don't like pain. I fart, therefore I am. Do AI fart? Do AI have bowel movement accidents? And I forget stuff.
This is how my dad. My dad's emails used to be like this.
It's like a Hemingway novel.
Yeah, it keeps going. I don't know. And those folk in Silicon Valley need to just chill the fuck down, sit on their supercomputer toilets and wipe their own butts. But this, that, imaginary paper. My dear son is one of you and love him very much, but he turned my Subaru into a computer on wheels. And. Sir, sit down, please. No one is trying to hurt you. Just turn on your YouTube music videos and chill out. See, all better. Do AI get diarrhea and pissed off? Probably simulated shit. Get a DoorDash pizza and a latte. Do computers eat pizza?
Cool.
That's
poem.
Upvote for us.
I don't know. I don't think this is one of our listeners.
His son apparently works at Subaru?
Mark Johnson, I'm following him. He rules.
He's a retired dad, an old fart, and knows about Bible study.
He works at the homeless shelter.
For 11 years.
Knows about chronic diseases.
Okay. I have a lot of questions about your son and your...
Wait, look at his picture. He's got a little beret on.
Yeah, he does have a little beret. He's like an older man in a car.
That shows class.
With a beret. He's pretty cool. He lives in California.
He can get it.
Yeah, you can absolutely get it. Mark Johnson, you're our fuckboy of the week.
Anglos. Fuckboy of the week.
Fuckboy Sparta.
Here's another comment from Kevin Carroll. I'm probably a real person. That said, I do have 2 right feet, but my mom told me when I was a little boy that 2 right feet gives me an advantage over other boys.
What?
She told me that as I make my way through life, every step will a right foot forward, and that it doesn't get any better than that. As far as I know, AI doesn't have a mom, so...
Stop talking about your mom,
What
Kevin.
the fuck are you talking about, dog?
Here's a comment from Tracy Ann O'Brien, who lives in Madrid. This question is the sad sign of our times.
I agree, Tracy Ann O'Brien.
Something similar to when people ask you what gender you are when it's pretty obvious that I am a woman. I'm kind of glad I'm not young anymore.
I just feel like it's not similar to the example you gave.
Not similar.
You're a damn robot. Not similar, and you're a damn robot.
Tracy Ann Robot.
Obot. Not similar at all, Tracy, or should I call you Trace Say I? Probably doesn't look as good on paper.
And those are all the answers.
If she listens to the show, I fucking got her ass.
So that's that.
Don't come to the Quorators again.
Can an
Tracy.
eye be too wet?
We asked that at some point. Can an eye be too wet? And someone answered.
That was an answer from Wild Love World.
Who said, if you've ever been swimming, you know that opening your eyes underwater is a wonderful experience. A wonderful wet eyeball. It's a thing to behold. If you've ever shed a tear while in the bathtub, you know just how wet eyes can get.
What?
I'm going to give you a pro tip. Eyes can never be too wet. Keep those eyeballs moist and glistening by blinking regularly, and they'll never dry out. Oh, this is from a listener. Okay. If anybody tries to tell you eyes can be too wet and tell them that an eye being too wet is like scrambled eggs being too scrambled, is that not possible, is it? So that's from a listener.
And this is why we've stopped doing the segment. But also, that was fun for me to read.
It was fun. I enjoyed it.
Thank you for writing in Wild Lovely World.
What is scrambled eggs reference?
It's when we did this segment, if you wrote in and you were one of our listeners, you had to say scrambled eggs. We would know you're not a Quora guy.
There was no reference. There was no reason for it. I think it was the first thing that we came up with.
Yeah. Still no why isn't Rocco's Modern Life popular in Israel?
No one knows.
No one knows.
It's one of the great mysteries.
Yeah, we'll never find out. Anyway, that's been last week on Quorators.
Pretty cool.
On Quora.
Nothing about Rocco in the Bible.
No.
Okay. Well, we do have a space of the week to get to. This week's theme is KAPLOW. Thank you. So this is all about socks in the mouth and a big
big boom,
slam down south. It's things that make you say KAPLOW.
When I was in high school, I made my own T-shirts that said KAPLOW, and then in tiny letters it said "it's." That's real.
KAPLOW.
I was thinking as I wrote it out that it's most of your last name.
Oh, KAPLOW.
Well, we can't have that be the theme. It's just going to be KAPLOW. But it is really close to your name. That's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty freaking epic.
It's really
I also made a
nice.
hat that had a hand come out of it. I was sort of an inventor.
We all know your hat. It's your trademark. Now, our space of the week is Strong American Space. This is a place to support men in relationship.
Strong American Man Space.
Excuse me. A place to support men in relationship and mental health.
That's because it's created by Strong American Man.
Oh!
Certified life coach.
Who is a certified life coach.
That's cool. I just thought it was the concept of one.
No, it's actually strongamericanman.com, which is a private site, and you cannot look at it.
You can't look at it because it's his. That's how the website works. He goes on to check what he's up to.
It says visit our site for free content, but I can't do that.
You can't do it.
Whatever.
You got to renew strongamericanman.com.
We're a team of professionals dedicated to supporting men's well-being. We have a diverse staff of men and women with a broad range of certifications, including MBA, MS, and LPCAs.
Sounds like Strong American Man's gone woke with an all-woman staff.
Yeah, it seems wrong.
Yeah, I just feel like I expect the strong men at the keyboard meme when I go to Strong American Man.
Oh, I love that meme.
Good meme, huh?
Hilarious meme, sir.
Anyway, they got questions on here like who initiates breakups more, who suffer more after divorce.
How long can a couple be separated?
Good
no
question.
answer on that.
That's a great question.
A couple of follows.
3 months.
Thank you.
Honestly, I feel like that is the go-to when people are like, "Oh, we're taking time off."
Right.
Then we said we're gonna get maybe connect after 3 months.
Yeah.
3 months to like maybe revive it or just throw it in the
call
trash.
Or just call it.
Call it a day.
A lot can happen in 3 months.
A lot can happen.
Summer,
Boom.
June, July, August.
Yeah.
It's a seasonal change, isn't it?
Seas change.
If you live on the East Coast, at least the weather's going to be different. So that's important.
So that's something to think about.
There were some good ones down here.
These are all about breaking up. Who suffer more after divorce?
No one's answering.
Oh, say the week.
Well, part of the the problem is that if you answer it, it says that they have to approve it. So I answered it, and then it goes, the space has 14 days to review.
Strong American Man's not going to list.
They're asleep at the wheel here.
Yeah.
And they're not actually
asleep
checking.
at the man.
Well, we can look at the parent question, which has 97 answers on it.
Okay.
And I don't. Yeah.
So we're here for who suffer more after divorce. Should we take our bets before we go in? I say the children.
Ooh, that's a great answer. I think
I say children.
American society at large.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Suffer from
our
divorce.
birth rates.
Our Christian nation.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, so these are related questions of our related question.
Oh, here's one that's a very Alexy answer. The innocent party.
Yup, and that's from Love. Let's talk facts.
Wait, this is a space, right?
That's a goddamn space. See, I gotta get into these without using the search bar. The search bar is useless.
It's really hard.
Okay, the picture, the profile picture of this space is two cartoon hearts under an umbrella.
Yeah,
New space of the week, Love. Let's talk facts.
I like the ... exclamation point.
Yeah.
Usually those are kind of opposites, really.
Ooh, okay.
The pinned post is a description of how to give them $3
Okay, how do I do that?
Buy me a coffee, please, it says.
Okay.
for Hanish.
Hanish Yella.
Hanish Yella.
Karma is a bitch, question mark?
Oh, is this DJ Yella? Or from
What are you talking about?
NWA.
What are you talking about? All I know is that Orson Scott Card follows him. Orson Scott Card follows like 10 million people.
I like to think he has his own podcast where he goes around and clicks on all the characters like we do. You know what I mean? Because he's really gotten around to everybody.
Sure.
He knows like I'm a hamburger.
And he's like shitting on them.
Yeah. What an idiot.
That's not Mormon enough.
Seems kind of pause to me. I'm 89. Okay, go back to the space. I want to look around the space.
Which one? Let's talk facts?
Yeah, our space of the week. Love, let's talk facts.
Okay. Questions.
Wait, did I hit the button?
Space of the week?
Yeah.
No, that's because we just started.
Oh. Space of the week. I'm freaking blowing it today.
Strong American Man, that was Space of the Week, WEAK. This is the real Space of the Week.
This is for
Love.
Man.
Let's talk facts.
Let's talk big facts.
What does it mean when a girl lays her head on my lap every time we meet and talks to me?
God damn.
Whoa.
She's sleepy, I think it means.
Yeah, you know, a sleepy little lady. You got to get this princess a pee.
Oh, I can't.
One answer just says, baby B.
Baby
dot,
B.
dot, dot.
That's honestly how I'm feeling.
Someone else said, you always sit down.
That is what it means.
Yeah, you're definitely
always
not
sitting
standing.
down.
How
If
do
she's laying her head on your lap standing, I feel like you guys gotta get in a private space or something.
One girl stopped talking to me. She is not interested in talking to me. She is talking nicely to everyone except me. I asked if I did anything wrong. She said that she is not talking to anyone, but what I see is she is only ignoring me. Why?
You're a narcissist. You're only thinking about yourself.
Me, not me. I like, what does it mean when a girl says, you're my kuchu puchu?
That's really bad. It's really, really bad.
Is it really?
No, I can't imagine. Oh, baby!
You're my kuchu puchu.
All right, we're Googling kuchu.
Kuchu puchu.
We're serious about this. We got to take this.
It's a Hindi word for adorable.
Okay, so this is a real question then.
Kuchu puchu.
This is a real ass question for strong American men.
What will happen if you stop talking to a girl?
She could die.
She'll put her head on your lap.
That's the key to success.
These are good questions.
A lot of how do you deal with heartbreak, similar to the other space.
Have you experienced fake love? That's a great follow-up to like a true love question.
You know, I never have.
Never thought about it that way. Fake love.
All my relationships are real, 100%.
Anyway, these are all kind of sad. Is it okay to text during a separation? How do I date my husband while separated?
Why are these are all not answered though? I want to talk facts.
Yeah, these are not what's talking.
I want a juicy one.
How can husband and wife live together after separation? These are all about This is someone who separated and then asked 10 million questions.
What about Quora specifically generates divorced content? This website is just a hub of lonely men.
It's a place you go at 3 a.m. when you can't go to sleep, and you go, how do I get wife back? Maybe someone knows.
Sir. The whiskey's been talking and I have questions. I do have a boyfriend who was my friend before, but now I'm feeling something for my best friend too. What's happening with me? The phrasing on that is like what happens to like one of Spider-Man's villains when he's on the chain.
Yeah, this is actually written by a mad scientist.
I'm growing a horn.
I'm falling for best friends.
Anupama Balaji says, you are not in love with anyone. You are only attracted. Have a clear clarity of who you want to be with and what exactly is that relationship. Destroyed.
It's interesting. This seems to be like exclusively Indian, but they're speaking in English.
Yes.
Like why?
As we've gone over before, there's a lot of Indian people speak English.
We should have an Indian person on the podcast.
It is something that we need to do. It comes up a lot.
Because in India is so prevalent on Quora.
We just don't have enough hosts. If we had like maybe 5 to 6 hosts, I think we could maybe get to the bottom of the website.
I think you're right.
There's too much straight facts coming out now.
Well, we're not talking about facts at all, actually.
Right.
Let's do some Quora questions.
KAPLOW! I'm done with this.
Okay, let's go into the Quoker.
Let's
our
go.
Incel manosphere. KAPLOW!
KAPLOW!
KAPLOW! Which kind of fight is more powerful, martial arts or gang street fights?
A lot of opinions on this.
KABOOM.
I'm sure.
A lot of big opinions. Now,
Alex,
I've recently
thoughts?
Oh, okay. I've recently watched The Raid and The Raid 2 for the first time, which is an interesting mix of martial art and gang street fight. And it did seem as though the gang street fight was more powerful because of their enhanced use of weaponry.
Yeah.
Can I just say real quick that it does say that this, I think, answer was upvoted by our good friend Eugene Mormon.
I always forget about that guy. His name makes me laugh every time.
Comedian Eugene Mormon.
I just really picture the other guy. And then I see Eugene Mormon.
Just writing a strongly worded email to the Catholics, you know.
Eugene Mormon from Bob's Burgers.
Oh, man.
Oh, wait,
really
we got
fun.
a picture here. The best street fighters I've ever seen were martial artists.
I feel like Eugene Mormon is like a shitty stick or treat character I would have done in 2018.
It's still good. You can get out there.
That is pretty
any
good.
minute
I
now.
wish Stick or Treat still had.
Bring it back.
That's how you get booked in this town.
Sorry, yeah. Do you want to read this?
Yes.
Read it,
Oh my
Alex.
God.
This is from Austin Lewis, a martial arts enthusiast, not a sports enthusiast. And can I say, I feel the same way. As I'm not interested in any kind of ball. I'm
Really?
only interested in throwing it down.
I just call it sports fight. I'm
Right.
like, oh, it's sports fight again.
I understand why you would think it's sports fight.
Oh,
but
you're watching UFC? I call that sports fight.
It's great. So you're like a sports ball guy, but
yeah,
for fighting.
for fighting.
I hate that. I'm sports ball guy for ball. I'm fight guy for fight and sports ball for ball.
Fight.
Anyway, this is fucking Austin Lewis. The martial artist, how to explain it? I've known of martial arts schools where there are black belts that wouldn't win against a single random person.
Damn.
But let's say, by the way, terrible review for your martial arts school if that's true. But let's say a good karate school like the one I used to go to.
Right.
Tests each 4 months or something like that. You arrive, you are a white belt. It took a minimum of 2 tests to ascend to the next belt. That is 8 months more or less. But you could take the test 4 times and not ascend to the next belt. As 1 year and 4 months. This is like a math
Yeah.
riddle already. Anyway, at yellow belt, second belt white being first, you would be better off with your previous fighting knowledge unless you really stank a whole lot at fighting. Because yellow belt, you are learning things, how to do things right, but not effectively use them. Green belt, third belt would have been able to take on some thug. My dad once got second place in a black belt competition, and he was green belt.
Are obsessed with thugs.
They hate
thugs.
They don't want to see a thug. Some black belts can't take them out, or they lose to black belt competition to green belt. Anyway, red belt, fourth belt. You would have been able to take down 2 or 3 thugs.
Thugs.
Oh my god, these fucking thugs.
God,
dude.
just pray there aren't 4 thugs.
I did Taekwondo as a kid. I had a belt.
How many thugs could you take out?
So many.
Without the hat.
If they were
Without the punching hat.
if I was jumped by like several blocks of thin wood, oh boy, I could crack them in half.
I feel like it's become like a parody to chop the wood, but it's very
That's what you had to
satisfying.
do, yeah.
What is Taekwondo versus karate?
It's all
Different
kicks.
places.
Different
Taekwondo
places?
is like Korean. I
Korean,
think.
yeah.
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 Didn't know that.
There you go.
But you got to play more Tekken.
Yeah.
All I remember
That'll
from
help.
doing Taekwondo is my grandpa picking me up one time when I was like 10 and him going to the Taekwondo guy and being like, I fought with your country.
Oh, no.
Cool.
I'm sure.
Like,
I'm sure that went great.
I don't know. I really don't know.
If the guy's in America, I'm sure he was on the same side.
Sure.
Anyway,
Yeah.
Which is funny, a funny thing for a Korean War grandpa to say.
It'd be great for
at
him
the
to be like,
Taekwondo class.
I was on the north and I've come to kill you.
That'd be awesome.
I'm a Chinese sleeper agent. At the red belt, you can take on 2 or 3 thugs if you're keeping track at home. Brown belt, 5th belt, last one before black belt. You would have been able to take on 3, 4, or 5 thugs.
Okay, so black belt is 6th belt, 5 thug, 8. Okay.
I would guess an unlimited at black belt, but it says black belt, you would have been able to take on 5 or up to 8.
Only up
thugs.
to 8.
No more than 8.
No more,
Again,
no less.
if it's 9, that's Hollywood magic. Don't try to. Don't be Daredevil. It's
Now,
an unrealistic amount of thugs.
If you were good, you could have 1 or 2 thugs to each belt, he says.
But weapons do make a big difference.
Weapons do make a huge difference.
Okay, so this is kind of what I was saying, though, which is you got to have weapons.
Weapons are really helpful.
It's all about using weapons because a block with a weapon can get you injured, and you take a bigger risk blocking an attack with a weapon as well, plus psychological factor.
Ugh.
So maybe a red belt could take on a thug with a knife? Maybe.
Maybe.
A brown belt most likely could. End of answer.
I think red is above brown, right?
No,
red
brown
is fourth.
above.
Oh,
We
red is
just read
black.
all
Sorry,
of the
I'm
levels
sorry,
in
I'm sorry.
excruciating detail
I
per thug.
apologize. I apologize.
Volume per thug.
Excruciating, confusing detail.
It's based on the number of thugs you could disarm, barehanded, provided they don't have a weapon or psychological factor.
Damn, that's cool as hell.
Provided you don't have your boxing glove hat.
It has a glove on it now.
It does. Well, on the street.
I was imagining just like a hand.
I feel like what cartoon was that in with like a boxing glove coming out of it?
Inspector Gadget. I've been thinking of Inspector Gadget.
Inspector
Jeremy is Inspector Gadget to me.
Yeah.
Go Gadget podcast.
Exactly.
That sucks.
Does it
No one
make
wants to
sense
hear
for you
that.
at home? Let's just sit in it for a minute.
That sucks.
Are there answers on that?
On this
On the long
post?
rant?
No,
it
but I'm
has
gonna
2
upload it.
re-quoras. I don't know what that means. but
Share. We can share it if you'd like.
I would like to share it.
Okay.
Say
Okay.
this. Oh, well, we just share
This.
it. Okay.
Can I edit it? I could probably edit that.
Let's do the next question. I feel like we've thoroughly gone over
You
this.
don't want to read any more from the what kind of fight or no?
All right, it's from Jericho,
Jericho, that's a great name.
who, like Jeremy, took Taekwondo when I was younger, now doing eskrima.
What's a screamer?
Where do
It's
you
when you make a eskrima.
Where do you see this? How do you spell that? Oh, I see. Eskrima.
Eskrima is
Filipino martial
armies.
arts.
It
No. See,
says.
look, weapon. They've got.
Whoa! They got
Bamboo.
these little wooden batons.
Bamboo.
Cool.
Really, it's fun for men and women. It's eskrima.
So this is kind of an interesting question because this is from Victor Wolf, great name by the way, who is an investment banker. He says, I'd rephrase the question if I were you because of the confusion. Are you asking if a martial arts can fend off a bunch of goons?
Different than thugs.
So thugs, how do we feel about thugs versus goons?
I find them to be far weaker.
Okay, the goons are weaker.
Weaker than thugs, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think
that's right.
goons are more like the personality.
Right. Goons
Yeah.
are like in Dynasty Warriors when there's a big crowd of guys and they run up to you and then they just kind of bounce for a while you do your combos on them.
Okay.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Goons are, I feel like goons work for a villain that Batman beats up.
Yeah. And
Right.
they honestly don't get a lot in on Batman, do they?
No, they never do. They always underestimate him.
You start with goons and you move up to thugs.
Goons hate the bat.
It's the bet.
Yeah, goons are just like kind of like union guys. It's kind of their general vibe. They're like
just there for the-
teamsters.
They're there for the paycheck.
Yeah.
Well, I hope that has helped you figure out if you should martial arts or gang fight.
Yeah, goons are always going up to the Riddler and saying that their pension is all fucked up. How can MMA help you out with from gun situations when bullets run faster than punches and kicks?
Now, bullets do run really fast.
They do.
They tear through the air.
And when they run, they go like, "Bling."
Woo! There we go.
That's a bullet.
Edit that so it sounded good.
Bullets do run so fast.
Would you like to answer this? I would say, how do they help you? I think they just help you
out
like
from gun situations.
Honestly, just help. They keep you in running shape. It's honestly the biggest benefit you're gonna get in a gun situation.
It's intimidation, right? You got to say you have to threaten them to put the gun to your head, and you say, "Pull the trigger." You fucking won't, you coward.
Oh yeah,
and then you do punch, kick.
I want to die.
Yeah.
I can't go home. I can't go home.
That's what you have to say.
I've been watching a lot of YouTube shorts with the guy who disarms people with his hands.
Really?
But they got to get too close with the gun. If they're
you gotta get really close.
Yeah, if they're 5 feet away, you're pretty doomed. But if the thing is, like, if they're putting the gun on you, well, then you could like karate chop it. Oh, there's an answer from Vegeta on the top one.
These answers are all too long. Where does he Vegeta? Is that
right
Vegeta?
there.
Oh,
yeah, that's Majin Vegeta.
That's so impressive that you could tell that was Vegeta from such a small picture.
Yeah, that looks like nothing.
Because you have face blindness too.
Not for
can't
Vegeta,
tell an actual human being apart from another
Vegeta
one.
At a fucking 10-foot radius.
If this was a picture of your wife, you'd be like, "It's some woman."
Who's that? I think it's Farrah Fawcett. They showed me Majin Vegeta at a 1/4 inch, and I could spot it a yard away. I really put in the time in recognizing Vegeta. I don't know what to tell you. Spent a lot of hours with him. Anyway,
unfortunately, his answer sucks. Yeah, it's too long. I don't care to read it. This guy's got a video.
Bobbity, the wizard.
He says,
how do you put a video in your core answer?
Let me put this simply. In the event of a street fight, the best option for you is to run. Avoid the fight. Stay away. Doesn't matter if you're the top MMA fighter in the world. If the person has a weapon, need not be a gun. It may not end well for you. Having said this, you are in a situation where there is no option but to be in the fight, you have almost no chance unless you are right next to the person who have the element of surprise.
Like the video below. Okay, now I rarely say this, but we have to watch this video.
We have to watch this video because I want to see how close must you be.
This looks like a so if you're listening to the podcast, closed circuit television recording of a guy who's about to do John Wick to people.
They've slammed the saturation all the way up, so the colors are crazy.
It does look pretty good.
It looks like Quorators in there.
It's age restricted. Oh, we can watch it.
Go to YouTube. Go to YouTube.
We can watch it. Don't worry. I understand and wish to proceed.
YouTube does not want us to see this.
Funniest armed robberies I've ever seen in my life.
It's funny?
But it also teaches us some good lessons.
All right, skip to the thing.
You're seeing a picture of a snake?
Hi, everyone. It's John with today's active self-protection
Okay, let's pause this just real
Rico.
quick. This guy does not look like he can physically fight or take down anyone.
Well, he's an evidence-based defensive trainer. He's like a lawyer for the body.
He looks like Eugene Mormon.
He looks exactly like Eugene Mormon.
He's not Eugene Mormon.
So he's
John
mostly
Correa.
He's watching these fights.
He's gonna get a notification when we post this video now.
This is 6 million views.
Damn, what are we doing wrong? We gotta have this.
Are you ready for this? I'm gonna skip ahead.
Skip John Correa. I'm not interested in him.
And punishment. So what you see here is we've sped up the beginning, and these folks are just checking out. Now, the guy in the darker shirt apparently is one of the more well-known, like, really bad dudes in town. And these other two guys come in, and you can see the guy in all black there pulled a gun out of his waistband, and now he's robbing the store. Now, I want you to pay attention to the guy.
This is why he has that reputation.
He is, again, notorious for being a stone-cold killer in this town.
Oh, wait, I love the cashier was just like, okay.
Down while this armed robbery's going. Now, the guy in the gray and the black with the gray hat on looks like an accomplice.
Whoa!
All right, for those listening, the guy just kind of pulled up and grabbed him and gave him a big hug, and now they're kissing.
No, that's not what happened.
Is that not what happened?
I don't know why Jeremy's lying.
Are they not kissing?
He did an impressive John Wick takedown to this notorious villain.
It looks like they're cuddling
by snuggling him and telling him he's loved.
And he just kind of came up behind him and put his arm around his neck.
And his like hand on the gun, I think. But the thing is, like, you're at 7-Eleven and there's a guy with a gun out robbing the cash register, and he's just like, let me get fully in this physically.
Yeah, it's not worth it. Definitely not worth it.
This is a notorious member of society.
Right. This is like Viper Dan or whatever his name is.
Should I keep playing it?
Yeah, I do want to see if there's a beat down.
This armed robbery gets squirrely in a hurry. You can see he's got a hold of the gun and he's got a hold of the guy. And so now what's everybody going to do? Well, he's going to sit here and talk to him. Well, that dude's accomplice heads out the door.
Running away.
They're basically kissing.
Our friend here now has
Oh,
he threw him.
Martial arts and gang street fight.
I will say this guy in the gray sweatshirt is way bigger than the guy.
Damn,
in the black
this is
shirt.
cool.
He's huge.
Oh, and now he's ground and pounding him, which is one of the best moves.
The cashier's pulling him off.
Where's the gun? Where's the gun?
He has it. He put it on the counter.
Okay, the cashier has gotten on the assailant's back.
And the assailant's kind of grabbing the other guy's dick.
He's really grabbing the other guy's.
All right, now he's getting slapped.
He thinks
getting
it's a gun.
slapped a
They're
lot.
slapping.
Okay, slapping.
There's a lot of slapping and choking.
Choking.
Oh, he punched him right in the
punched him in the
face.
face.
I really thought they were going to kiss again.
Remember to ask for consent before engaging in a beatdown like this.
Whoa, this
All right,
guy's
we gotta
just
stop.
he's just repeatedly punching him in the face.
Wow.
This is really violent.
I really don't think they should have just put the gun on the counter. That seems crazy to me.
Well, what if he needs it?
Fair enough. I take it back.
They should have done something about that.
That's really something. So,
All right.
I don't remember what got us here, but you got to do that.
I'm going to move on to it.
Yeah.
Let's
All
do
right.
Quorators.
KAPLOW!
KAPLOW. KABOOM.
That's enough.
Here's a big KAPLOW-esque question. What would happen if a baby drank beer?
Yo.
Alex, there's actually a great way that we could figure this out.
No, there's not. Because my child is going to be in the Olympics and
Wow,
cannot
for what?
have any kind of beer in her system.
The freaking beer Olympics?
Whatever
Come
she
on.
wants for freaking
Give her a-
number one sport.
Give her an athletic, non-alcoholic IPA.
Oh, she could have an. I actually have
See what
those
happens.
at home because I don't get to sleep anymore, so I can't really enjoy like actual beer because sleeping is such an important part of beer.
So you're drinking non-alcoholic beer?
Yeah, I am, and I say to myself, time to take the fake edge off with a fake one.
That's
and then
crazy
I have
to
it.
me. Because I feel like
That's great.
less than a year ago, you would say stuff like, why would I have 3 beers? What's the point of that?
Right.
I'm not even going to be drunk.
That's the point. Is I can't have normal beer because
Right.
it's gonna make me sleepier and then have a really upset time at 3 a.m. So I have fake beer and I say, "Oh, I'm off to the plant. I'm off to the plant." And I drink my fake beer.
Sort of unhinged in the Patak household.
It is. And I know on this show, I have made harsh statements against fake beer, and that it's essentially piss water for drunks.
Right.
And while standing by those statements, I have been drinking it every day for months. Because I miss beer so bad.
It's pretty good, isn't it?
Oh, that's
I really
funny.
want to have some. Anyway, what would happen if a baby drank
Great
beer?
answer
I'll never
here
tell you.
From This Country is Doomed.
MAGA 2003 to present. That's an early start.
Yeah.
That's pre-MAGA MAGA.
That's
know.
on the day of the Iraq invasion, going MAGA.
This country's doomed. All right, he has a great answer, though. Do you want to read it, Mr. Father?
Yes, as a father, I would like to read it. All depends on how much. I know I'm going to get a lot of hate mail for this, but
Hate mail.
We have to send this guy a letter.
Depends how much. But when my son was about 2, he had this horrendous coughing cold that had lasted over a week, and he was miserable. By the way, before we read this whole thing, I have to say,
Anglo spotted.
you're giving your child beer, you are British. I don't need to read this whole thing. He had this horrendous cough and cold that lasted over a week, and he was miserable. I was holding him in my lap while drinking a Red Stripe beer, which he kept trying to grab and drink.
I strongly
so,
disagree with this.
I thought I'd teach
He's
him
not
a
an
lesson.
Anglo at all.
I thought I'd teach him a lesson to not want Daddy's yucky bottle.
Ew.
And I grabbed a straw, put it in the bottle, and just sat there and let him
Ew.
go after it on his own. I was showing back off after the first taste of carbonation.
Okay,
there is no carbonation.
First of all, well, there is carbonation in a beer.
Is that what that is?
Isn't there like a bite to it?
It's got a damn bite
It's
to
got
it. But it's not.
Yeah,
It's not like
carbonated.
soda carbonation.
No, but it is
It's
carbonated.
It's hops.
But
The tops.
yeah, but
Ferment.
nonetheless, drinking a beer with a straw is disgusting.
I think
Every
it's
time.
fun. If you're a
drink it?
baby, that's how you drink it.
I just feel like that's gross, even if you're an adult who likes beer.
Yeah.
So why would a baby? Like
Even if
that?
it's like cold.
Yeah.
Even if it's ice cold.
It's wrong.
Babies aren't learning anything, by the way. There's no teaching lessons when you're 2 about a less than ideal beverage. You backwards hooligan. Anyway, I'm reading the rest of your
Daddy's
answer.
yucky bottle.
You have to keep your own yucky bottle.
I was gonna start saying that.
He took a sip and instantly got the bubbles up the nose look and backed off. As I start to laugh my ass off and look at his mother, who was in disapproval of my teaching method, he had went right back after it and damn near sucked down 1/3 to half the bottle. I kind of freaked out a bit, but he just laid there very calm and I didn't hear him cough for the first time in about a week. About an hour later, he wanted to go to bed, and I put him down, and he was out. Being paranoid, I got up every hour on the hour to check on him, and he was breathing and just fine. He woke up bright-eyed and no cough the next morning. I was so relieved. So a few days later, I had told my mother-in-law what happened, and she told me this was common practice in Mexico, where she was from, to give sick babies a little beer, and it clears them up much faster than cold medicine, which has alcohol in it anyways. I wouldn't do it again, but it worked like a charm.
Yeah, it's basically cold medicine to give your kid beer.
Yeah, they do it in Mexico.
Beer is essentially NyQuil. I agree with that. They teach you that in college.
Robo-tripping.
A few years ago at like a family event, my aunt accidentally gave her granddaughter, who's like 3, a bunch of like sangria, white wine sangria, which was like, it was very alcoholic. It's just sangria. It's just, what is it, like liquor and wine. And she was like, I didn't know it was, I just thought it was water. And I was like, how much of an alcoholic are you that you're drinking sangria and you think it's water? That's like Alex level.
I think sangria is just, I don't know if sangria has liquor in it, right?
This one did have liquor in
okay.
it,
I guess it can go either way.
I once went to a comedy festival, was part of a comedy festival in Humboldt County, California.
Flex!
And there was a woman on the festival. We were at a party for the festival. She brought her child to the party.
Wow.
The child got into some weed cookies.
No.
Oh, no.
And then who knows how many. Also, the child.
That's the thing with the cookies is you can really take down a lot of them.
You can take down a lot of them, especially if you are a child on the spectrum, which this child was also. And then the mom figured out something was wrong when the kid was like, why is everything so colorful? Like,
oh, no.
And so just, bad parenting.
What are hands for?
Yeah, basically.
There's nothing you can do for that baby.
Gaga. What if the colors I see are different from the ones you see?
Yeah.
Can you hug your children with nuclear arms? Questions like that. There's nothing you can do for a kid who ate too many wheat cookies other than you can make them throw up. Or you could just tell them to ride it.
The whole
they have to just. I feel like babies would
ride that.
Kids would be better at riding it.
Yeah. Ride it. You can take a nap.
Yeah, take a nap.
That's your best way.
Have the coolest nap ever.
That's a number one edible move is take a damn nap. Anyway, I love everything that happened here.
Can we look up Mexico give beer to babies?
In the past, people just gave babies alcohol.
All over the world.
Yeah, because it makes them quiet and they're so damn loud all the time.
They didn't have water back then.
They didn't have water. It was better to give them beer.
That's all they had.
They're sending us back to Quora when we Google it.
Yeah, the AI says no, it's not acceptable, but the AI is a fucking liar.
Yeah, don't listen to the robot.
So sick of the AI.
KAPLOW! Shut up, robot.
Shut up.
I like when people's pet monkeys get into the beer bottles and they're chugging beer.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. I like that a lot. I like when they eat fermented fruit as well. And it makes them monkey drunk.
Yeah.
Monkeys are silly as hell.
What I miss the most is getting monkey drunk.
Yeah.
That's your version of white girl wasted.
Yeah, kind of like monkey style.
Like you throw your shit everywhere.
It's very poop based to start knocking over children.
He turned into the monkey from Indiana Jones. He starts doing Nazi salutes.
I would not do that.
Does the monkey give Roman, what is it?
Roman salutes.
Yes.
Yeah.
He does, and I watched it a few months ago for the first time since I was a kid, and the monkey full on does a Roman salute.
Really funny.
It's a really good bit.
It must have taken so long to train the
monkey. I know.
That monkey was so evil.
Yeah, it was an evil monkey.
Does it goose step or does it just salute?
He does a little salute. Do you want me to find the video of this?
Because here's the thing: is the salute can pass as other things, but the step with it is very indicative of
that's the whole thing.
There. I mean,
and then looking over at the.
Right, this isn't worth looking up.
No, it's not. This is a podcast.
Yeah, this is not a. But he does do it.
Okay,
here,
great.
There you go. There's the little monkey. He does it to the Nazis. Like the Nazis do a salute to him, and then the monkey does a little salute back. It rules.
I'm
there
happy
he is.
You got to watch a movie, Jeremy.
It's the first one I've ever seen.
I love Raiders of the Lost Ark.
It's fun.
It's one of my favorite movies ever.
I watched it at Film Forum recently, but there was these.
Screen.
It was not to be this person who always complains about this, but there were a group of girls behind us who were just laughing at every line in it, even the not comedy parts. To the point where I couldn't hear what they were saying, and it was driving me insane.
I hate that.
Yeah, it's annoying.
Save your laughs for the Shane Gillis comedy show.
Yeah,
that's right.
They're all Shane Gillis heads.
Save your laughs for tires on
Netflix.
On Netflix.
Yeah.
Streaming now.
Streaming now. We're all in it in season 2.
I was about to say, put Jeremy and Ty.
All 3 of us are in a bit together, like we're the Trailer Park Boys in Goon or something.
Yeah, we run the friggin' muffler store or whatever they're doing in there. Okay, so what would happen if baby drink beer? The thing is, they quiet down for once.
Yeah.
Ashwin Dollar, amazing name. That is a top American name.
Ashwin Dollar.
I would expect every guy I meet in this country to be named Ashwin Dollar.
Oh, that's a really good name.
He's a full stack developer at Tata Consultancy Services.
Sounds fake as hell.
Fake.
I'm here at the Tata Consultancy. And business is good.
Tatas.
Okay,
That's like a female body inspector shirt of a job.
Wait, Ashwin Dollar says the same thing. It would honestly depend on exactly how much beer the baby drank and how much the baby weighs. Obviously, no medical professional would recommend that you give babies any alcohol at all, but babies have a tendency to put anything in their mouths out of curiosity.
Classic
True.
babies.
It's not unimaginable that a baby would try to drink some, and if they manage to get their hands on an open container, most babies aren't very well coordinated and most likely spill the beer before they get any in their mouths. Keep in mind, a safe amount of alcohol for adults is considered 1 to 2 drinks. The dangerous dose for a baby is going to be a pretty small amount. You want to keep that in mind. A baby may only get drunk off adult beverages and also potentially vanilla extract, mouthwash, hand sanitizer, perfume.
Cool.
Yeah, you can get babies drunk as hell pretty easy, and then they really tell you how they feel.
That's what they say.
Or they hit you.
Just being around a baby recently, like I understand the urge to be like, give it the quiet juice.
Oh, yeah. Or like put iPad in front of it.
Right.
Yeah. Does your baby see iPad yet?
My baby can't really see yet. She's 5 weeks old, so she.
When can they see?
She listens to Quorators.
It's coming around. Like I've been sitting on the couch and she's been kind of like looking at me.
Ooh.
So that's new.
You're definitely a shape.
But yeah, I don't know.
I've always said that about you.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
You have sort of
You're a loud shape.
Everyone here is so nice to me. That's why I come back.
I don't know why we're being mean to Alex today.
Yeah, she's going to get object permanence any day now, and that's when the drinking will start.
Yeah. Yep.
This podcast did start with you saying that I have a hat with a hand coming out of it.
That's true. I think you have many inventions and devices because you have a science build.
When did you guys have your first beers?
Oh, probably. I mean, like, I'm sure my parents let me sip beer as a kid at some point.
Yeah.
But I definitely, like, had a beer at a party in high school.
I hated beer for the longest time.
It's gross.
I only drank Hypnotic in high school. Straight up Hypnotic
Claire.
or like vodka mixed with orange juice in a water bottle.
That is so cash money of you.
Yeah, basically.
Drinking like a shitty mixed drink in a water bottle is very high school coded.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's the smoking an apple of alcohol.
Yeah, for sure.
My dad was very big on the like, try a sip of this so you know you're not missing anything thing when I was like in middle school and had no interest in alcohol at all. And then
and you decided it was good or bad?
I was like, whatever. I didn't really want it. So I was just like, yeah, I'll sip your drink. And then I started having like beer when I was like 17, which, as I understand talking to other Americans who grew up here, is pretty late.
Yeah.
And some people get on that horn at like 13, and it's like, what are you trying to forget at 13? That's crazy.
Yeah.
Some bad shit happening. Bad shit's happening all over the place.
It's not good out there, dude.
Nah.
Yeah, I'm trying to get math out of my system. Okay, let's move on to the next question, please.
Okay.
KAPLOW!
Math.
Also, wait, just real quick, this answer, the baby would have a risk of fetal alcohol syndrome. I don't think that's true.
That's
No.
not what that is.
That's when the baby
opposite.
is on the inside.
Yeah,
That's
it's
what
a
I was
inside
fetus.
baby.
Learn to read.
These are 5 quo police quoras, and this is not you getting pulled over. Don't worry, it's just the podcast.
It's just the podcast.
It's just the podcast.
Quorators.
This is on advancedstreetsurvival.quora.com.
Kind of the home base of the show.
If someone is at my door knocking on and banging on for me to come outside, threatening me and my family, do I have the right to shoot them with a crossbow from upstairs in fear they'd eventually break inside my house? UK-based.
UK-based.
Smack
KAPLOW.
that button.
Anglo spotted.
Wait, are they from the UK or are they saying that UK is based?
I think both.
Okay, cool.
Can I fire me bloody crossbow?
UK is so based.
Can I dip my chamber pot out the window? We have an answer from Rockstar, whose credit is Be Awesome. And that's from Saturday.
Yeah, he says, no, call the police. If the person breaches the door and enters property you can protect yourself in. UK, I suspect the same is true, but should consult someone if you sincerely fear for your life and they're in your home. I would not hesitate to defend myself in any country.
Any country.
You're a rock star. I love
the rock star life.
If you put this many typos in the answer, you're like blasted.
Alex, get excited because not only is this man a rock star, he also studied badassness at swag at School of Hard Knocks.
Woo! Is this you, Alex?
This is my other account.
Rockstar, share thoughts and wisdom.
Follow Rockstar, like and follow. He is, of course, a Donald Trump super fan.
Gas faces everything Republican.
Here's him serving J.D. Vance.
Let's see his questions. Something. If climate change is so important, why didn't Democrats lower the speed limit to 55 miles per hour again? Boom!
Destroyed.
They should have done that.
Destroyed.
Flawless victory.
I love the compilation of minor grievances. I want to drive fast and throw a plastic cup in the ocean.
Well, good for you, Rockstar. You are awesome. You follow 3 people, including Nicole, Bonnie S., and Des the Unnameable.
All right, go ahead and click on Des the Unnameable.
We're gonna have to.
I choose to name him.
Thank you for interest in my profile. You do not have permission to repost any of my content or my profile in your space or on your profile page without my expressed consent.
Des, I have bad news for you. You are on YouTube.com.
He says, in this year of our Lord 2024, there is much fuckery afoot. Some great spaces he's a part of. Dane's Da Bomb.
Sure.
Rock and Roll Party House.
Yeah.
Whoa!
I'm Mr. Lucky.
Whoa!
America Never Cries.
/ We Will Fight Back.
Soldiers PTSD.
The Fuster Cluck.
Loved Ones of the Corrupt.
Woo! We're going to have to go there.
What is Loved Ones of the Corrupt?
Can I just say about Des the Unnameable, if you're listening, his picture is a plague doctor.
Yes.
From,
We're following him as well.
Why do the plague doctors have those long nose?
To keep him away from the
Help
plague.
him smell better.
It's sort of just to keep the distance.
I think the idea is like the plague's going to get in your nose, so if you have like a big fake beak, the plague will go in that. I don't know. I don't know why they had that.
All I know is that Dane's Da Bomb.
Dane's Da Bomb is a really good space. It says facts speak louder than words, which I agree with.
Well, but they are words often.
Progressives are calling me a liar over my true claims I'm not a Republican. So, do Democrats really not understand that people outside of the GOP despise them for their ruinous policies? Do they have no moral principles that guide their party? That's from Dane.
They're calling you a liar because you're not a Republican. You're lying. You're not a Republican. You're just claiming to be Republican as another one of your scams.
I don't know, man. That's from Dane's Da Bomb. Let's see what Loved Ones of the Corrupt looks like.
Yeah, I feel like we're just burying the lead of Loved Ones of the Corrupt on Dane's here.
Does the breakdown of the family unit deprive American males a father and a role model to learn to negotiate and defend our nation?
Yes. Next question.
Yes and yes.
Don't you know that it's time to get on board the Trump train? A love train?
That is a fantastic Quora question. Why do we not have a train sound? I feel like a train's got to come up all the time. Who would you consider to be a Judas goat in the public arena today?
What's a Judas goat?
Well, Judas is the goat of betraying Christ.
Sure.
That's undeniable.
Oh, yeah.
But I can't think of anyone in the public arena today.
Who in the public arena got 30 pieces of silver?
Judas goat is a goat that is trained to lead other animals to a specific destination.
Oh. So it's like the inside goat.
Wow.
It's the goat you like.
Up.
It's like an inside goat.
It's the goat.
It leads sheep to the slaughter.
It's like Leonardo DiCaprio in The Departed.
Damn.
But for goats.
Reminds me of The Departed.
How much longer is on this? Because I gotta go to the bathroom.
We're about an hour in.
My
My
butt is sort of a Judas goat leading me to the toilet. If you know what I mean.
If it's a Judas goat, you don't want to follow it because it's been trained by your enemy.
I know.
I don't think you actually even want to go to the bathroom.
we either way, you could go to the bathroom now. We could just continue, or we
I
could
think
wait.
I could wait 5 minutes.
Jeremy, when's the last time you went to the bathroom?
Who knows when?
I know for me, it's been around 90 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah.
We can't talk about this. This is all being cut.
This is a new segment.
If someone says if you're
This is toilet check-in.
Let's do one more question.
Why are we all wearing gray shirts?
Read my lips.
It's toilet check-in.
Why are we all wearing?
It's a gray day.
I had a cool
gray
sweater on,
but it was gray.
but it was it's like 70 degrees in here, and so I had to take it off.
Yeah, it is hot in here.
I like this. I want to read this other question.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay, one more question, then we'll do the
New segment.
the call-in segment.
I caught my neighbors replacing my outside light bulbs with his old light bulbs. I confronted him about it, and he laughed and said I couldn't prove it. What should I do?
Huh.
Prove it.
Yeah, I guess get a video of some kind.
Prove it.
Replacing my outside light bulbs with his old light bulbs.
I like this answer. It is important to teach people how to treat you. What he did was called a power play.
Go off, Sophie.
He's letting
Grunge.
you know he's the alpha or dominant one that doesn't respect you. He's testing you. Yeah, I guess if you want to get a security camera, you can do that.
It is very alpha to replace your neighbor's light bulbs.
It is.
With
Just
your
steal them.
old light
and then do
bulbs.
like the Bill Murray thing of like no one will ever believe you.
Yeah. As a Sigma, I would never do that.
Sophie.
This is from Sophie Grunge. My advice is usually unconventional, but has worked for me, so it might work for you. I'm here to help, not judge. And she knows about transcending narcissistic abuse.
Sophie Grunge's dress is low-key kind of crazy in this picture.
Yeah,
it's kind of cool.
Kind of sci-fi-esque.
It's like very pointy
Yeah.
and green. Sophie Grunge, love the dress.
We love your dress. We're not going to read the rest of your answer.
No, your
This is
answer's
from
not good.
Joe, who is a former police officer.
We're back.
I had a neighbor like that once. When I was about 28, I had just moved into a new house. Back then, I used to get the newspaper delivered every Sunday because my wife liked the circulars. About 4 weeks in a row.
What?
No paper.
In case you didn't believe he was a cop,
The circulars.
you gotta read the first paragraph.
I told my wife, I was pretty sure the next door neighbor was taking it. She said I was nuts. Fifth week, I hid behind my living room curtain for about 2 hours before the paper was expected. Paper boy came, threw it by the door. Not 3 minutes later, I watched that motherfucker actually low crawl on his forearms under my window and grab my paper and take off. He was about my age, maybe 30.
Now that is a great neighbor.
I shouted to my wife, I told you that motherfucker next door was taking the goddamn paper. She asked me what I was going to do, and I said, I'm going to get my paper back.
Yes, dude.
I went next door, pounded on the door.
Pounded
He
all
opened
caps.
it, and the son of a bitch was actually laughing. I said, give me back my paper. He actually said, what paper?
Oh my God.
Just as his girlfriend came in the room, I asked what was going on. I said, my paper has been missing for a month, and I just caught him stealing it. She looked at him and said, is he serious? I said, yes, and handed me the paper. He said yes and handed me the paper. I looked at him and said, this is your one warning. You ever touch my shit again, I'll break every fucking bone in your body. And I don't care if I have to use a fucking 2x4 to do it. I turned and left. I'm about 5'8". He had about 3 inches on me and 30 pounds. I'm no gangster, but I'm not a pussy either.
Woo!
Well,
this is so long.
You gotta imagine how humiliating it is to be caught stealing a newspaper every day for a month. I think that's probably doing a lot. I don't think it matters how big you are at that point to be like, you caught me crawling on my arms, my elbows and knees, just to like get under your window height.
He's claiming that 20 minutes later, the girlfriend shows up at his house with the guy and makes him apologize by saying, don't you have something to say? And then he says he's sorry. This is the most made up story I've ever heard in my
I think it's 100% real, and it's been certified by Patriots.
This is a classic police officer writing a book.
Mm-hmm.
He was just telling his little stories.
This is a Patriots fact, Jeremy, and it's triggered you.
Yeah.
You can't handle how much truth is in it.
Yeah, Joe is protecting our great nation.
He's out. How many thugs do you think Joe could take out?
Oh, man. About 20 thugs, 45 goons.
What color is the belt?
Yeah, he's a brown.
Red, white, and blue.
At least 8. At the end of that answer, he says that he became friends with the guy who stole his newspaper.
Wow, that's nice. Sometimes
Wow.
a few beers, keep a conversation.
Why are you friends with him? He's your enemy. He's your newspaper enemy.
They're in love.
I would never trust a newspaper thief.
That's Joe. He's a 5'8" cop.
Damn.
Okay, well that's That's going to wrap up the stealing a newspaper thing.
Circulars.
The light bulbs, I think he's already doing such egregious neighbor behavior. I would wait until something worse happens and then film it.
Totally.
There's some great names in here. Tommy Two Tacos. Who says it's just a few light bulbs. Gives a shit.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's going to do something worse after.
Where was this other one from James Wilson? He says, what the heck happened on this question? Looks like a ton of Quarans lost their minds.
Come on now. We're having fun.
These damn Quarans.
Corns.
Which is a Quora user.
Corans.
It's the Quran. You have to read the Quran to truly understand Quora.
I only got into Quora in prison. All right, we got to do
That's how you got so jacked.
That's true. Well, you have a lot of time to focus on your body and God's gift.
Woo!
Let's do our call-in segment, please.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
As of last week, we have started a new segment, an exciting one. This is where our listeners call in and they let us know questions from their lives. You can ask for advice. You can ask random things that come to your mind. All we request is that you keep your question under 30 seconds. And our hit news segment, Is That Okay?
Woo!
Is this the one or no?
Do the theme song.
Is that okay?
Is that okay?
Is that okay?
Is that okay?
Is Claire okay?
It's my name.
Shout out to Brittany Bohr for making us another theme.
Woo.
Okay, great.
When I text her at will and say, make me a song, you have 2 days.
If you want to send us one, go to quorators@gmail.com and send it to us, and it has to be under 30 seconds.
Voice memo style.
And these are questions that you think are good Quora questions.
Yep.
And we'll discuss them. Okay, you ready?
Uh-huh.
How many Woodwinds would Steve Winwood win if Steve Winwood would win Woodwinds?
Wow. Do you think that was an effect? Or
I was about to ask this.
Or that's just the way that guy's voice is?
I think he put an echo on it.
Yeah, I think there's an echo.
I don't think anybody...
Do you think
unless it's like Oz, like the powerful wizard Oz.
Or he lives at the bottom of a well.
Right.
Yeah, that's what it is. He's stuck in a well listening to Quorators.
I thought maybe he was like driving down a tunnel of some kind with the windows open.
Now, you guys don't know who Steve Winwood is.
No.
I know about Windwoods, saxophones.
That's a woodwind.
Woodwind.
That's what the question is.
Yep. I was thinking of
Woodwind.
Woodwind. Never mind, I take it back.
Who's Steve Winwood?
Steve Winwood sings the song Higher Love.
Oh, right. Make me a pie of love.
Higher love.
Whoa.
So
I know
guess
that song.
Woodwind. He's a British guy, Anglo-spotted.
It's Winwood.
Winwood.
Let's not make this more complicated than it
That's
already
what
is.
the question is purposely phrased like this.
I have to go to the bathroom so bad.
Answer the question,
You see where it
Claire.
says, what is Steve Winwood's biggest hit? Claire's reading it as big as shit and being like, I'd love to take one of those.
Steve Winwood's big as shit.
It's probably a 10-pounder.
Oh, no.
I'm about to blow some
Go to the bathroom,
wind
Claire.
out of my
Get outta here.
No, you
wood.
gotta stay. You gotta stay until we answer the how many Winwoods.
go.
I think it's going to be a lot.
Okay.
Okay, Alex, what do you think? How many woodwinds could Steve Winwood blow
I think he
while
could,
Claire blows chunks?
that's not the question, though. The original question. Could we just play it again?
Please. Okay.
Play it again for me.
We also have it written down in our Gmail.
Okay, or yeah.
How many Woodwinds would Steve Winwood win if Steve Winwood would win Woodwinds?
Okay, so he's going to win it. I think in that case, he would probably be at a carnival of some kind or a arcade where you could win a big prize. If that is the exact situation we are dealing with here, then you should expect him to win one woodwind. It's unreasonable to win more than one unless you are getting them in some kind of musical scratch-off ticket.
Are we saying the names of these people, by the way? Should we say who this is from?
We didn't say that, but
Their name is Dove Hollis.
Dove Hollis.
Thank you.
Dove. I
don't
guess it
know.
could be Dove,
I
but
don't fucking know.
yeah, whatever.
I guess it could be Dove. How many woodwinds would Steve Winwood win? I don't think he's going to be in a situation where he's winning them, to be honest. I think he's being gifted them at this point.
So Jeremy says none, and I say one. Thank you for writing in.
I think there's no winning for him anymore.
Yeah,
I think if he's getting one for free, it's been gifted. I don't think he's ever winning them. And if he does win one in some sort of contest, I think he always has to wonder if it's because A, he's famous, and B, his name, that they've rigged it so that he would win the woodwind.
Whenever Steve Winwood wins something, there's always a moment of pause where he's like, "Is this just because I made Bring Me Up Higher Love, or is this genuine and real?"
I don't even know this song. I can't play it.
Higher love. Whoa.
Thank you for listening to Quorators. If you would like to listen to more episodes of this podcast, you can wait a freaking week until Monday, or you can go to patreon.com/Quorators and you can get one out on Thursday.
2 a week.
Isn't that exciting?
Keep high on your own supply.
Isn't that fun for you?
As a casual reminder, we do not have advertisements on the show. We are entirely funded by listeners like you. So write us a question, get on the Patreon. We want to hear from you. And Claire's taking a huge shit right now, but she loves you so much.
Oh, my God.
And she thinks you're so important to her.
You're such a big boy.
I'm so proud of everything that you've done.
Or non-binary.
And your non-binary accomplishments. And kisses until next week.
Oh, good night.
Mwah!